Hello, happy Monday. Today, your assignment is from lesson 8.6, equations that are in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. And so I just wanted to come on and give you a couple of examples on how to factor those. So ax squared, we've got a coefficient of x squared, so that's our a value, bx plus c. And so in this first example, we got 6x squared plus 13x plus 5, so 6 coefficient of x squared, and then 13 is our b value, 5 is our c value. So this is going to work a little bit differently than the ones that we did on Friday. On Friday, all of our coefficients were 1, so we were just looking at, okay, what are the factors of c that would add together to give me b? But now, because we have a coefficient of a, we have to do that a little bit differently. So our first step is we multiply our a value times our c value. So we say 6 times 5, and of course 6 times 5 is 30. So we're looking for the factors of 30. So for 30, we can do 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, marker's not cooperating. Then what else? 5 times 6. Alright, so then we're still looking for, okay, out of these factors, which one of those factors would give us a sum of 13? So 1 and 30 obviously won't. 2 and 15 would be 17. 3 and 10 would give us a sum of 13. So now what we do is we take those two factors that would give us a sum of 13 and we replace the 13 with these two factors. So it'll look like this: 6x squared plus 3x plus 10x plus 5. And so you see now, instead of just having one b value, 13x, we took the two factors that we had here, the two factors of 30, and we wrote x as a sum of 3x plus 10x. So now we have two pairs, 6x squared plus 3x, that's our first pair, and 10x plus 5. So our next step is we want to find the greatest common factor of each one of these pairs of factors. So 6x squared and 3x, you have a common factor of 3x. So we're going to factor out a 3x. 6x squared divided by 3x is 2x. 3x divided by 3x is 1. Alright, so we took the common factor out of that first binomial. Then with the second binomial, we want to take out the common factor. So 10x and 5, the common factor is 5. So 10x divided by 5 is 2x, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. So notice that inside of our parentheses, where we factored out those common factors, we have the same binomial, 2x plus 1. So we just take these two common factors that we took out, 3x plus 5, and that creates our first set of parentheses. And then our second set of parentheses is that common factor, that common binomial between those terms. So 2x plus 1. Alright, now you always want to double check that. Make sure that if you fold that back out, it would give you the correct answer. So we have 3x times 2x, that's 6x squared. That's our first terms. Outside, 3x times 1 is 3x. Inside, 5 times 2x is 10x. And then our last terms, 5 times 1 is 5. And of course, 3x and 10x are like terms. 3x and 10x is 13x. So we get 6x squared plus 13x plus 5, which was our original binomial. Alright? Let's take a look at another one of those. It's again a little bit different than what we did on Friday, because now we've got a coefficient of x squared. So we just got some multiple steps involved there. Alright? Look over here and find one. Alright, so let's say that we're going to do I'm going to change colors. I think my blue is giving out. Let's try green. I'm sorry, you may be hearing some background noise. I have 4 children here at the house. Been doing homeschooling ourselves. So 3x squared plus 23x and plus 14. Right? So again, we start with our A value 3 and our C value 14. So we multiply those. 3 times 14 is 42. And then I want to list my factors of 42. So I can do 1 and 42, 2 and 21, 3 and 14, 6 and 7. Now I'm looking for a sum of 23. So we can already see that one, right? 2 and 21. 2 plus 21 would give us 23. So those are the factors we're going to want to use. And remember, we take these factors and we replace the 23x. So we got 3x squared plus 2x plus 21x. Again, just take our two factors, 2 and 21, make them the coefficients of x plus 14. All right? And again, 2x plus 21x gives us our 23x sum. Now, we look at those in pairs. So what is our greatest common factor of 3x squared and 2x? And the greatest common factor there would be x. So 3x squared divided by x is 3x. 2x divided by x is 2. So that's our third step there, is we take out the greatest common factor from each one of those pairs. Then we have 21x and 14, so our common factor there would be 7. 21x divided by 7 is 3x, and 14 divided by 7 is 2. And again, works out nicely. Same thing inside of our parentheses, 3x plus 2 and 3x plus 2. So our first set of parentheses in our factored form is those two common factors. We factored out of x, we factored out of 7. X plus 7 inside our parentheses. Second set of parentheses is that binomial that we have in common, 3x plus 2. So now that's our factored form. We want to check that, make sure that when we FOIL that back out, we get our original trinomial. So first terms, 3x, x times 3x is 3x squared. Outside terms, x times 2x is 2x. Inside, 7 times 3x is 21x. And then our last term, 7 times 2 is 14. And again, 2x and 21x are like terms. 2x plus 21x is 23x. So we get 3x squared plus 23x plus 14. Alright, so that's a couple of examples for you of trinomials where we have a coefficient of x squared. So just go back through those steps again. When we have that coefficient of x squared, the first thing we want to do is to multiply our a value times our c value. Once we get that product, we list the factors of that product. And then we put those factors back in place of x. So we represent x as a sum instead of just that single b term. We represent it as a sum. So like here in our last example, instead of 23x, we did that as 2x plus 21x using our two factors. And then once we write that as the sum, we've now got 4 terms, 3x squared plus 2x plus 21x plus 14, and then we pair those up. First 2 terms, second 2 terms, and we factor out our greatest common factor. So 3x squared and 2x, we factored out of x. 21x and 14, we factored out of 7. And then we take those common factors that we factored out. That's our first set of parentheses in our factorization. And then our 3x plus 2. What you get here in the parentheses should be the same every time. If that doesn't come out to be the same, then the first thing I would do is go back and check and see, did I take out the greatest common factor? If you factored out the greatest common factor, then look back and see if you made a math error somewhere. Because what's inside of these parentheses should be the same. That's always going to be your second binomial in your factored form. All right. Hopefully you won't have any trouble with these. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me with those questions, or you can text me, or if you're in really dire need, you can call me with those questions that you may have. Good luck with the assignment. Hopefully all of you guys are doing well. Hopefully you and your families are staying safe and healthy. All right. Talk to you later.